It's time to dive beneath the surface and into the minds and hearts of your favorite celebrities and pop culture icons. Welcome to Up and Adam.
Hey guys, what's up? You're watching Up and Adam. My name's Adam Knoll, and for those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy bringing you guys the weekly interviews from your favorite celebrities and pop culture influencers. But for those of you who do know me, you know that that's not why we're always here, right? Tonight we're here to recap Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 5, Look Who's Squawking'. But before we jump into that, guys, you know how this works. Make sure you like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel, wherever that button is below. That way you don't miss any of my future interviews or pop culture content. All right, guys, enough already. Let's jump right in because we know that the center of attention right now, as of this episode, is officially Michael Darby. I'm going to get there. Let's start with kind of how this all happened. So guys, we start off episode 5 and we find out that we're going to the lake house, Monique's lake house, which is kind of odd considering she's at odds with some of the cast, i.e. Candace. And Candace makes the cut. She makes the cut to the lake house along with a very special guest that I think the ladies weren't expecting. T'Challa. T'Challa made it too, and I think it was hilarious when he starts flying at Dr. Wendy and we get to see that scene. Nobody likes this bird, but thank God for Monique and thank God for loving exotic animals because I'm all about T'Challa. Even though the rest of the ladies don't like him, Monique should keep him around because maybe it's a deterrent. Guys, obviously you watched the same episode I did, so I'm not going to recap step by step, but more so my favorite moments of this episode. So another thing that really kind of irked me a little bit was Karen kind of explaining her disdain for Dr. Wendy. She's pretty much saying that she doesn't like Dr. Wendy butting into her sex life or even questioning it. But Karen, I'm not buying that that's the reason you really don't like Dr. Wendy. In fact, I think the reason you don't like Dr. Wendy is because you're threatened by her a little bit. She actually lives in Potomac. She has the money to back it, along with the PhD and the family who's saying, I love you. Again, guys, this is no shade towards Karen. I really like Karen, but her storyline this season is whack, and her idea or reasoning for her marriage failing and not liking Dr. Wendy, I'm just not into it. I'm not buying it. And I love Dr. Wendy so far. I think she's great. I love that she's going in for Ashley already. I love that she's not afraid to speak her mind. And I love the fact that she's throwing out the PhD. So guys, what I'm pretty much trying to say is Dr. Wendy is not the reason for this whole feud between Karen and Dr. Wendy. This isn't her fault. Dr. Wendy didn't give Karen the cold shoulder the first time. She didn't give her the cold shoulder the second time. Karen gave Dr. Wendy the cold shoulder. So now if she's going to start picking at you, she has her PhD for a reason, Karen. She understands how the show works. And if you're going to start giving her a little bit of flack and going at her, she's obviously going to reciprocate. Again, she signed up for the Housewife. She didn't sign up for breakfast or tea with Karen. You know, it's the wrong show. Thank God Ashley was there to break up the monotony in this whole Karen-Dr. Wendy feud because as you guys saw, Dr. Wendy wasn't so stoked about the fact that baby Dean was there. Dr. Wendy just had a newborn baby herself and she kind of explained her reasoning and she said, hey, listen, I have somebody who's taking care of my baby. I went ahead and made the proper arrangements to be here on a girl's trip. I didn't bring my baby with me, and why are you allowed to bring your baby with you? It kind of ruins the vibe of the girl's trip. Ashley's kind of like, it's none of your business. I didn't ask you if I could bring my baby, and I don't really care what you think. I'm a little conflicted here because, guys, we have to remember that Ashley's a new mom, right? So Ashley's a new mom. She's obviously excited, and she's going through the motions of leaving baby Dean alone at home. And she has to film. I kind of agree on this one. I'm super pro Dr. Wendy, but it's really none of her business. Honestly, if anybody didn't want Ashley to bring baby Dean on this trip, it should have been Monique to tell her. But in the same breath, if Monique was going to let Ashley bring her baby on the trip, I don't know why she didn't go ahead and tell Dr. Wendy. That way Dr. Wendy could have brought her baby and her nanny too. Because we all know if Ashley can afford a nanny, Dr. Wendy can afford a nanny. But I do have to say, the way that she was so quick to pop off Dr. Wendy and she was like just gunning in. Did you guys see Gizelle's face, Monique's face? Everybody was like, wait a minute, what's happening here? Everybody was like, it just went from 0 to 60, almost like Dr. Wendy kind of came knowing that she was going to call things out with people, knowing that this is going to be the moment, we have a cast trip and I need to raise conflict. Because I feel like she's going different avenues right now. I feel like she's right there with Karen and she's right there over here with Ashley, and we have the potential to pop off. Guys, since you brought up Ashley Darby, I have to talk about this. So obviously we saw in this episode, Candace gets a text message. Girl, I saw your friend's baby daddy at the strip club. Woo! That's obviously a red flag. And this is allegedly Michael Darby's. It's not his first time at the strip club. So what is Candace going to do with this bone? You know secretly inside, and I love Candace, but you know secretly inside she's festering and she's like, ooh, I get to deliver this storyline. But my biggest question is, why would you tell Gizelle? Only because you know that Gizelle has the ability to take the drama and sit it on the table and kind of say, let's talk about it. I think that's the only reason Candace went ahead and brought in Gizelle. She knows that she's going to be able to kind of piggyback on Gizelle and bone carry with her. That's just my feelings on it. And also, Giselle's been kind of gunning at Candace a little bit, telling her that, you know, she needs to apologize and take action. She needs to step up and she needs to know when she's wrong. She needs to kind of do right by the group. Candace obviously doesn't want to be told what to do by anyone, especially not Gizelle. I think she made that pretty clear when she told everybody at the table to shut the fuck up. That's what she said. She said, shut the fuck up. I didn't say it. All I said was shut the fuck up. If you noticed, I'm not saying the part. I keep bleeping that out. So she really just said shut up, but it sounded like shut the fuck up. But I didn't actually say it. You see what I mean? Giselle's face when she found out that we have just another Michael Darby scandal. Holy cow, it's almost like Gizelle knows. Michael Darby carries the ladies and the season. He should be a full-time housewife. He's carrying the season on his back. I think we've said this many times before. All of the drama centers around Michael Darby and poor Ashley Darby. She's just wanting her husband to go off and do his thing, do whatever you want, and stop running my name through the mud and stop embarrassing me. You can totally tell that that's what she's hoping for. I just don't know if that's necessarily what she's going to get from him. A lot of people feel like Michael and Ashley have a contractual agreement within their marriage, and I don't know. I think that's obviously hearsay and alleged. So you can't just make up things and say that people have contracts. You can believe whatever you want, though, and it's a modern time. I know here in Los Angeles, a lot of people have contracts in their relationships. So to say that it doesn't exist, I'm not going to do that. But guys, since Giselle's face was so when she found out about Michael Darby, why don't we talk about her face when Karen brought up the outside kids? Did you see that? Gizelle does not like talking about her own stuff. And Karen, she's like, let's talk about it. You want to talk about everybody else? Let's talk about it. Sure, she didn't take that aggressive of an approach, but Karen knows what she's doing. Again, guys, she started the Real Housewives of Potomac along with Gizelle. She knows how it works. She knows how to plant the story, drop the seed, and let everyone run with it. So that's exactly what she did. Karen brought up the fact that Pastor Jamal potentially has other families out there, allegedly, and Karen wants Gizelle to talk about it. If she's going to go ahead and talk about Candace and Ashley and their drama, Monique's alleged cheating scandal, the Grand Dame and her marriage issues, Robin's safe with Gizelle, we all know that. But if she's going to go off and pick off every single person, Karen wants to know, well, why not talk about the outside kids in Jamal's life? At this point, I don't know what to say in defense of Gizelle, because it's once you start digging up mess on everybody else and it comes around, which it will come around, your time will come. What do you say? What do you say when people start ripping at your family? The only thing is it's super unfortunate because all of these housewives still have husbands, they still have kids, they have families that still have to watch this and still have to go through it when the episodes air too. You know, it's not just the housewife that goes through it. Their husband goes through it, their families go through it. So I do feel bad for Giselle's daughters, but then also Karen's daughter and son, I mean, they're watching this stuff too. So honestly, maybe you should just not sign up to be a housewife if you're going to have a bunch of dirt. That's all. But with that being said, guys, this was such an awesome episode. I'm obviously going to recap it in the morning with Sherelle on Sherelle's World. We're doing breakfast tea at 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Obviously, Monday morning tomorrow. And also, guys, it has nothing to do with Potomac, but we will be covering 90 Day Fiancé in the morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's also another great one. And if you guys haven't already, make sure you like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and most importantly, subscribe to my channel. That way you don't miss any of our future interviews or pop culture content. Also, guys, I'm giving away a free giveaway. I'm opening up our merch store this week, and we're starting popping off with pops. So this is such an exciting week, and I don't know if you guys noticed any difference in my quality, but the camera should be a little bit better at this point too. So again, guys, thank you so much for all of your love and support. I love you guys back so much. I really, really appreciate you guys, except for you, Jolene. Bye, everybody, except you, Jolene. Bye, guys.
Check us out every Monday and Wednesday. Thanks for watching Up and Adam.